Kids can't read. That's the phrase that we're hearing over and over again as teachers. Perpetuated in media, and it's put out there as a failure on the public education system. What sources, though, are they pulling when they're saying these phrases? Most media is pulling things from testing. Most of our testing is created by curriculum companies. And if you're not already being like, wait a second, you should be. Here in California, we do the Smarter Balance test. And this test is not a free for all, here it is to give it. We have to pay money in order to give this test. State testing begins in third grade in most of our states, and that's roughly 8 to 9 years old. These children are literally just becoming independent readers. They are just understanding who they are as a person. They are developing their social skills. Part of teaching is to understand child development. A 8-year-old has roughly 8 minutes of attention span given to a lesson or to a specific task before they might lose focus, and then a variety is needed. With reading, this is also the same idea. Kids are developing sustained reading for longer periods of time, starting in third grade and moving all the way up to fifth grade. This is key time where they're developing, hopefully, a love of reading by reading books and articles and things that actually interest them, not smaller excerpts. However, with testing, one, it is now done on the computer, so they're in front of a screen for long periods of time. And then second, this test can take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, depending on the child. These reading scores are not about sustained reading. They are about reading small excerpts and being able to answer very specific questions to those excerpts. And if these excerpts do not interest the child, then they probably will not put in their best effort into this test because they do not see the relevance. On top of this, as a teacher, we do not measure how a child does for the entire year by one giant test. We do a lot of informal and formal testing throughout the entire year to see if a child has achieved mastery around a certain standard. Giving one giant test at the end of the year is actually an inconclusive data point and does not show us what a child has truly learned. Testing creates a large amount of anxiety in our children, and it has caused a lot of problems overall when it comes to public funding of education, because instead of looking at the holistic child, we're only looking at one data point of this child. So when we see phrases such as kids can't read today, we are simplifying a more complex issue that involves capitalism, high stakes testing, anxiety, and testing kids at an age where they should not be tested. Are kids struggling with reading? Yes, they are. We'll go into that in the next video. This is also an opportune moment to question high-stakes testing, question who makes the test, question who it benefits the most, question who is making the money from these tests, because we all know it's not public education. Money is meant for students, yet it's going outward into testing.